Guys, this is V from Finding Mini V. So this is my first YouTube video, yay! So basically I just want to kind of go over how I chose to have the duodenal switch and why I chose to have the duodenal switch. So just gonna jump into where I come from. My name is Veronica, as I just mentioned. I'm 29. I'm originally from Vero Beach, Florida. I'm now in Georgia, middle Georgia. So basically how I got into this is I went to my regular doctor to get a checkup about my migraines that I have, and also on top of that, she was just kind of concerned as far as my weight. Basically she was just saying that I can actually decide to have weight loss surgery, and I'm like, really, me? I mean, don't you have to be like, I'm not gonna disclose my weight, but I was like, well, don't you have to be around like 200-300? She's like, no, girl. She's like, there are plenty of other people out here that are bigger than you. Look at the TV show My 600 Pound Life. I mean, I'm not 600 pounds, damn near, but but she was like, look at that, look at those TV shows, people are actually doing that. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna do my research on that. And she's like, okay, yeah. So I did my research, and I actually found out that there was a doctor out here, and I was actually watching Family by the Ton, and I was also watching Sister by the Ton. This was on TLC, and it basically goes over a doctor named Dr. Proctor from Beltline Bariatrics, which is my doctor now, yay! So it's basically based on that, and they're based off in Atlanta. So I was like, oh, well, I live like 2 hours away from Atlanta, so hey. And he actually specializes in patients that are at a higher weight, and even people that are 200-300 pounds. So, and if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes. So basically, once I found that out, that he actually does that, I called my insurance company, and my insurance company, and they're like, yeah, well, that you can definitely get into that. There's only one weight loss surgery per your lifetime of that. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm not really trying to do this again. So so they told me that they have their own 6-month they have a 6-month program. And I'm like, well, I have been doing weight loss with my doctor for a while, with doing phentermine and all these other yo-yo diets and stuff like that. Mind you, I've been big my whole life. This is nothing new, okay? And so she's like, oh, well, we can actually consider part of your program, the 6-month program. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So that means I might have this like soon. So I called the weight loss program I called Beltline, and they're like, oh, well, we have our own weight loss program. It has to be 6 months. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's fine, whatever. Give me some time to do some more research. So now, just mind you, this is during the whole pandemic of the COVID-19 pandemic. So I started this back in May, did my consultation online, and then the next thing to do was to actually talk to Dr. Proctor, which I did. I did a virtual session with Dr. Proctor. He was so nice, guys. So if you're in Georgia area, Kid Beltline, because these people are so nice. They're just amazing, this whole process. So I talked to him, and he actually, so originally I looked into getting the sleeve because that was all I really knew about. My manager, she had a sleeve. I don't really know too many people that has weight loss surgery, especially not in my family. I would be the first person to actually do this. So I was like, well, I just want the sleeve. And he's like, well, with your BMI, I think the best thing to do is to have the duodenal switch. And I'm like, what is that? And he goes on to explain what the duodenal switch is. Kind of find out it is a little bit more abrasive than all of the other. You have the sleeve, you have the gastric bypass, and you have the duodenal, of course, lap band. basically the duodenal switch is, like I said, most abrasive. Basically, after doing my research onto it, and he also was, you know, very genuine. He was like, honestly, he's like, most people jump into this and they go into the sleeve first just to try it, and then it does work for like 2 years, and after that they start gaining weight, and then next thing you know they need a revision, and most of the time some people end up even going to the duodenal switch. And he's like, why, you know, put yourself in that and just go ahead and, you know, get yourself into the duodenal switch. And I'm like, you're right, you know. So after just researching Facebook, everything like that, and seeing that, you know, it is the best option, especially with my insurance, only allowing only one per lifetime, I'm like, this would be the best thing for me. You know, I yo-yo too much, and who to say, this just might help me a lot better for future going forth. So I started the program. The first thing I had to do is I had to do a sleep study, stay there overnight, hooked up a bunch of wires to me, and kind of find out I do have sleep apnea, so now I have to wear a CPAP machine, and guys, those things are so expensive. I will go over another video on financing and bills on weight loss surgery. That would be another video once I'm like finished with this whole program. But so after I did the sleep study, I also had to do a psychological exam with a psychologist, and they gave me like a big packet, which was like 500 and some odd questions in it that I had to do. Plus I had to actually do a visit with him, a virtual visit, which went good. Just asked a bunch of questions, you know, do you feel like you're gonna kill yourself, and do you feel like a bottomless pit when you eat, and do you emotional eat? I mean, come on guys, we all emotional eat. This is why we're doing this, to help us. It was just like, why are we asking these questions? But however, they did clear me. So I am cleared for that. I'm actually almost finished. By the time you see this, that means that I have actually went through this whole thing. I may actually post it before, I'm not 100% sure. You may see me again. I am getting ready to make another video about my next 2 appointments that I had a couple of months ago. This video is kind of long already, in my opinion. So I'm gonna cut this short. If you see me in the same outfit and the hair, just know that it's the same night. But yeah, so that's really it, guys. I hope that you like this video. Thank you for coming to my first YouTube video, and just subscribe and like and comment down below if you're gonna have a duodenal switch, or comment what surgery you're having, and we're gonna all go through this together, guys. We got this. We are gonna beat obesity, okay? All right, but guys, bye. See you another time. Thank you.